Alright guys, in all seriousness, welcome to NetFindz. Got a quickie for you today. We're going to take a look at this Panasonic personal grooming / nose hair trimmer device. Full disclosure, I purchased this item myself, but I've got Amazon affiliate links down in the description where you can pick it up if you like it. And a portion of your purchase goes back to supporting me in the channel, so check that out if this one interests you. As always, I'm giving you my 100% honest and unbiased opinion about the item, and I have to say I think this one is a pretty good choice for an item like this for a couple of reasons. Although, as you can see, it's a pretty bare bones package. It just comes with the trimmer and a little brush to help clean it out, though in my opinion the brush is almost unnecessary on this one. More on that in a sec. Despite that, I think this might be the best choice for a trimmer of this type out there right now. Currently it's on sale for around $30, and it's got some features that most of the cheaper ones do not. For starters, it's got a built-in little vacuum chamber that sucks up hairs as you trim them. So for the most part, you're not going to make any mess on your counter when using this thing, as it does a pretty good job of that. And it's also very easy to clean. Being washable, I found that I was able to get rid of all the hair in it just by rinsing it out. I didn't even need the little brush that it came with, and it kept the area around my sink from being full of stubble, which is great. So the second thing I like about this is that it takes AAA batteries, and I was tempted initially to think, well, that's no good. I want one that I can just plug into USB-C to charge, and normally that would be true, except with the availability of rechargeable AA and AAA batteries these days, and being that that's something I've already invested in, they actually have a benefit over a built-in battery, and in that if you get an item like this with a built-in battery, the battery won't last forever, and when the built-in battery stops holding its charge or being able to output the power it used to, basically you're done with that entire device. You either try to do surgery on it and hope that you can replace that built-in battery, which is easier said than done, or you can just trash the whole device and buy a new one. With this, you can actually just replace the rechargeable AAAs and you're good as new again. Also, on top of that, believe it or not, they actually have replacement blades for this thing as well, which makes it a pretty good device for long-term use for me, which is important in something like this. At least for me, I want to get used to how it works and basically just have it feel second nature. That way I actually use it, because if it's a big pain for me to get adjusted to, or I have to go through a process of like relearning it every time I want to use it, I probably just won't use it, to be honest. But frankly, none of that even matters if the device doesn't work, so what's the verdict there? Well, actually, surprisingly, this thing works pretty well. Particularly, it's very well suited to nose hair, eyebrows. Guys and gals, if you've got the Unibrow thing going and you need to take the Wolverine level down a notch, this is going to do the trick for you, as you'll see. I really liked that it seemed to give me pretty good control over pinpointing exactly what hairs I wanted to remove and getting rid of just those without impacting hair nearby. This is the kind of thing you could really use to take your styling up to the next level. I would say for a man or a woman, doesn't really matter. If you've got any of those areas with little unwanted hairs that you're having to go in and try to struggle with a razor against because, you know, the blade is too large or it's just too imprecise and you can't remove the hairs you want without risking cutting a bunch that you don't want to cut, this is a good option. And I found that it took me down basically to the same level of closeness that a razor would in terms of like the height of the hair left behind. It's basically right down to the skin. That said, I would not recommend it for like larger areas of hair, like body hair, like in the nether regions or your armpit or something like that. I just think that if you're trying to remove a large area of hair in one go, there are probably other devices much better suited to that. And I've made an effort to provide affiliate links to some of those down in the description as well. But for smaller areas, or cleanup work around some of those larger areas, like the edges of a beard or eyebrows or your ears or your nose, for that sort of thing, I think this is just about perfect for me. And that's pretty much my 2 cents on this one. So that is going to wrap up this video, guys. If you appreciated the content, feel free to leave me a like, write a comment, or subscribe to my channel. All of that is definitely appreciated. And remember that if you want to pick this one up, definitely consider using the link down in the description below, as that will be a great way to support us as well. So thanks again for watching. Later.